wanted to ask about your death penalty comments. I know the story came out about a week ago, but it's been a while since we've seen you on the campaign trail. Your team said that your comments about send him right to Sparky were a poor taste joke, but listening to the audio, it didn't really sound like you were joking. Were you serious, and what did you mean by saying the provinces should take over parts of the criminal code?
Well, first of all, you know it was a joke, and the 1,200 people in the room knew it was a joke. But in saying that, you know what my frustration is? And everyone's frustration behind me too, is if their door gets kicked in, someone puts a gun to their head, threatens their family, steals their car, terrorizes neighborhoods. We're done with that. We're done with weak-kneed liberal JPs, justices of the peace, and judges, letting people out, not once, not twice, not 3, 4, 5 times, but 8 times. And guess what they do? They go back and commit the crimes. Do you know who this frustrates more than anyone? Our great police officers that protect our communities, that put their lives on the line every single day. They get in the back of the car, if we're lucky to arrest them, first of all, they get in the back of the car, and then they start getting mouthy with our police officers saying, you can't do anything because I'll be out by the time you start the shift again. And guess what? They're out before they start the shift again. I could ask every single person behind me, do they support our police? Do they support being tough on crime when someone breaks into your house, kicks your door in, and harasses neighborhoods and terrorizes them? Every single person would say we need to be tough on crime and we can't let the criminals back out on the streets.
I wanted to ask about something else you said at that police gala. You promised $1 billion to build a new police college, but
Yes.
Neither you nor your team have offered anything in the way of details. That's a pretty startling amount of money to not tell voters how or when or where or why you're spending that. Can you offer us any more details today on that promise?
Well, we have a lot of announcement. The election's still a week out, so stay tuned. But we've graduated more police officers than any government in the history of this province. We've allocated over 2,000 police officers to the college, and we're paying for their schooling as well, just like we're paying for nurses and nurse practitioners and doctors if they work in primary care. We're making sure we're building for the future. We're building to protect our communities, and we have great police officers across this province. And we're going to build them a beautiful college that they can be trained properly. That college is as old as Moses. And until you've ever been in there, I don't think you've been in there, but maybe one day you should drive up there and take a look around and see the conditions they have to train our great police officers. We're investing, and we're going to make sure that we give them the best place to train our police officers.
Good morning, Camille with CBC French. You just said in your speech that the biggest barrier is not in Washington or Beijing, but in Ottawa. Yeah. How is that showing a united Team Canada front?
Well, you know, on this internal trade and making sure we get critical minerals out of the ground. So everyone's heard of the Ring of Fire. This has been going on for 25 years. Assessment after assessment after assessment after assessment. Where are we going to have assessments the rest of our lives? Well, America and the rest of the world are trying to eat our lunch. One of the most powerful tools we have in Canada is our energy and our critical minerals. Enough of the assessments and waiting around. And, you know, we're doing assessments up there with Martin Falls and Webequie First Nations. They're loving it. We got a deal with Aeroland. I'm going on the northern tour. I'm going to be hitting Cochrane, Timmins, Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie. I'll be up there, and I think there's 5 altogether. I think I've named all, and Thunder Bay. So we're going on a whirlwind tour up north. And I tell you, the people up north want the critical minerals. They want the forestry. They want jobs and security. And there's no one that wants jobs and more security than the First Nations communities that I've talked to up there. And I've mentioned just 3 of them that will bring jobs and opportunities and electricity to their communities.